so independent. You know what I learned the other day? You know we call them root vegetables? Well, they don't even have any roots. Those things sprouting from their bodies, those are stems, not roots. I had to look up the difference. So stems, they grow out and up towards the sun, and roots grow down. Stems.
What a stunning piece. This just got me right from the top. It was wild and wonderful and an absurdist yet heartbreaking journey. Brilliantly detailed. The writing I thought was so detailed, so honest, brought me right in to the world, and I thought the performance was exceptional. It was playful, it was nuanced, and grounded despite the roller coaster of retreating into and regressing into childhood memory, yet having to face the harsh realities of a future as well. I also thought the filming was excellent in terms of that raw quality of it, especially on the handheld cameras. It really felt like that home video quality, which was an excellent experimental device, not for just being cool, but because it really did bring back to this idea of childhood and those home videos and the rawness of it. How in childhood it all feels like a little bit more playful, and there's no sleek veneer on it as well. So I thought that this was a really thought-provoking piece, and I'd love to see more from this artist. I think she makes some pretty vital stuff.
Hysterical Sound was this really interesting one-woman show examining, the trauma of her mother and having I guess uterus issues is the easiest way to describe it. But how that affects her and her family, but seeing it through the lens of a child and an adult and just throughout the years. And I think this opening with the potato it's really interesting, but it sets up the way that this story is chronologized throughout the entire piece. It was incredibly thoughtful. For a drama, it had this slight airiness that kept the audience engaged, or at least this audience engaged the entire time. And it was just a really beautiful story, almost like a dedication to the mother, despite, the hardship that her and the family go through. It was really, really beautiful, and I really, really enjoyed it.
The piece starts off really, really strong with that intriguing opening line, and I found the whole thing to be compelling throughout. The acting was just absolutely amazing. She really brought this intense monologue to life and hit all those emotional highs and lows. So hats off to her. And I also really love the use of lighting here and the way they switched from black and white to color throughout the piece. It's something that we wouldn't get watching a play live in person, so I really appreciated that. And yeah, the piece just takes us on an incredible journey, and it was so satisfying in the end. It was very well done.
I think it's terrific. We're seeing a one woman show here, and capturing it as a movie, and certainly we're in a theatrical setting for a lot of it. But I mean, first of all, I love that. I love the whole black box feel. I love the fact that she's creating the world on the stage by moving things around. I've certainly done plays like that, and I absolutely, absolutely love it. I love to see character on stage building the world for the audience as they go, and but then they do break out of the theater, in many different ways. We do see her venture out into the outside world, especially at the end a bit. We see her go into the audience, and that was really terrific. And then I loved seeing her, go out and come back around and back into the theater. And it's really beautiful at the end when she's joined on the stage and there's this reconciliation that happens. So there's a constant thread of story throughout, of metaphor, of course, with the potatoes and everything. And everything's expressed quite beautifully. And the writer performer, she just did a wonderful job, beautiful job of going through this whole range of an entire life. And that's a very special thing to witness. So everybody did a great job on this. The editing was really terrific and interesting.
The writing is simply breathtaking, which combines such things as stark imagery, poetry, and recreations from the past. I really like the titled structure throughout the piece and the references to eyed potatoes and roving wombs as metaphors for her life experiences. The gentle soundtrack, the off camera voices, and sound effects come and go at appropriate moments. I also liked how the lighting and camera work were in a constant state of flux. Some monologues had many different angles and brightness.
This was quite impressive with their use of potatoes as pretty much the basis for all the analogies and all the storytelling based on how potatoes have no roots, and they dive into the whole uterus thing. I love the episode names where they were quite unique and thoughtful. Then we present the thoughts with also the potatoes have a role there, and they get introduced with this super talented performer. They have a great script. The production is also top notch, as the lighting, the sound effects, and the play in monochrome to transport us to the past and conceptualizing the word hysteria from uterus and the womb and allegories from growing pains, bootstrapping family, women's body, and love starvation. It's just deeply and profound messaging regarding women's biology and period struggles, how we reach for independence, how we use coping mechanisms, and they just ended with an amazing music piece at the end. It's just very beautiful. I totally enjoyed it, and kudos to this performer.
I think that the actress did an amazing job being a little kid. I really believed her as she went through the ages kind of her childhood. I thought that it was really very, very well done. I liked the choices that they made of going from some things were color and some things were black and white. I thought that that was really smart. All in all, you could really, really tell that there was a lot of heart that was put into this. There was a lot of effort that was put into this, and the story was interesting.
It's something that I feel like I would have loved to see live. I feel like it was super reminiscent of like a stage play, which I thought was really cool. I thought the set was super well done, and just the lighting and cinematography too were just so artistic and just really added a lot to the story. And I thought the actress really just, I mean, she did such a great job portraying all the different ages. And I thought the writing was so interesting and good and funny at times.